Okay, we are back. We're going to try this again. See what happens. I'm not feeling good because I'm only going at 96, 1400 kilobits per second. Now it's 0. What the actual fuck? We are going to give it a try, see how things go. Very, very, very bad. Very bad. Come on, YouTube. Those are like 1990 numbers. We need to get those numbers up. Way higher. I'm thinking that I'm going to start trying out VidMe, and I've honestly come to the conclusion over the past year that YouTube's jumped the shark, and that much of what they've purported to be is it's a sham. They're not there for creators, they're there for the already entrenched media interests. That's where they're getting their bread and butter from, and that's the way they're going to keep on looking at it, I think. Drop frames is at 87% right now. 87%. That's crazy. That's just plain crazy. Let's see. Maybe if we kill the music, that'll slow it down a bit. Maybe that'll help things. Or maybe YouTube just doesn't like me and doesn't want me streaming anymore. Since I've just now got into this and started doing this, and this is episode 14, if I'm going to make the decision to say, you know, let's go to another service, now would be the time to do so. I'm given many of the things that I've heard vis-a-vis Chris Reagan, Sergeant MacLeod, Bunty King, TJ Kirk, Dave Rubin, I'm trying to think of, there's another name that's even bigger. Oh, Philip DeFranco. Given all the reports that I've heard from this line of YouTubers, it really seems as though YouTube has, and the one I'm really surprised about the most is Tim Pool. Why would YouTube demonetize anything that guy does? Literally. He tries to provide objective analysis and raw encounters, really, of news events, and he does try to be clearer about what are his opinions and what are facts and this and that, but yeah. we've got 93% dropped frames. We are at 1060 kilobits per second. Wait a second, I think that might be kilobytes per second. But either way, it's horrible. It should be up around 4,000. Should be, at minimum. At minimum. Around 4,000, guys. Around 4,000. What's going on, YouTube? I'm just going to go and do this, and if it improves as the night goes on, because I've actually seen that happen. This literally is not my equipment. This is not, it has anything to do with anything on my end. And if it does in any way, shape, or form have anything to do with anything on my end, it would be totally a Cox issue and nothing more. But it seems to me that that's not the case. The case is that because I've done a speed test. I know that I'm got good internet connection. The game is going nice and smooth. It's not lagging at all. This is all YouTube, really. Okay, I'm putting an airlock here. So first off, I want to go ahead and get a sliding door here. Let's get this one. And I'm also going to go ahead and make it black, the color of the skin there. Let's flip this around like so. Whoa, I need some stuff, don't I? Let's go get some stuff. Probably need some steel plate. That's always a good start. I know that motor's a pretty good idea for this thing. Large tubes are usually a pretty good idea. We need some small tubes. We also need probably some computers too. In fact, let's get rid of some of these tubes because those things are big and they take a lot of space, and we don't need that many tubes. But I know that we also need some display. Let's get some of that, and we also need some glass. Can you hear my cat in the background? He sounds so pathetic. He's got like a smoker's meow. And we need one of the small tubes too. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's all I'm gonna need, really. I think that. What else would I need? What else do I need? Oh, some of these babies here. I might need some of those. I definitely might need some of those. So let's grab some of those. Okay, let's go down here. See how this goes. We got that part. Let's go ahead and weld this baby up. Well, now let's go ahead and throw down the other one, because I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I'm thinking this. Okay, but here's the question. Do I... Do I cut this out here and then make my door just open up to right there? Because when I put the second door down, right here, there we go. When I put it down here, I can either put it like that, but then I'm going to have to cut out some more of the skin. I could put it like this. And if you don't get what this is all about, I'm making an airlock system, essentially. If I put it like this, then I'll have to take out another block right here. I could also come up with a way to put it. I could come up with. I'm going to do it this way because I actually think I'm going to take out less blocks if I do it this way. Oh, what I got there? Oh. Here, hold on a second. There we go. Now let's put that baby in there. There we go. Oh, well, fuck you. I also want to do this right here. Let me go run and put some of this away in here. Oh, well, wait a second. I can just weld this baby up. Okay, now I want to take in... Okay, it's number 5. Number 7. What do we need in here? Construction components. We get some construction components. Emergency exit, you might say. Ship's going down. We gotta get out of here now. Yeah. I'm probably gonna eventually come up with like escape pods and shit that'll shoot you out of there in a vehicle that's both ion and hydrogen propelled. But it'll keep the hydrogen in reserve for atmospherics. But yeah, I could have put the door down here, but I decided nah, because that's too close. I think. I don't know. And what I meant by too close, I mean too close to the entrance right here. Like they have to go a ways. That's what I'm thinking. Go clear to the end of the tunnel, see? They have to go clear to the end. And they can't go past this point. But you know what? Crew members, you know you're underway. You're going between targets, but you're flying relativistic space. You're not using jump drives or anything. You're not using gravity drives. You can come out here and kind of chill and watch the stars fly by. And the asteroids and the planets. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about widening this out right here and making it like a little, put some seats in here and shit. Be like a little powwow area. It's too bad you can't like have like little fires like in Ark or something. Not that I'd want to set a fire on a ship, but there's got to be a future equivalent of a campfire somehow, somewhere. Okay, I wanted to make a. That's what I'm looking for right there. Number 9. Oh, wait a second. Is this like a diagonal? Ooh, sweet. I like diagonals, but I don't need a diagonal right now. I need one that's not diagonal. There we go. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Honestly, I think there's a lot of places I need to use these instead of this catwalk right here, because the whole point of this little wall and the catwalk and everything is to differentiate it from, it's to provide a rail. So you know what? I'm going to go on a little project here, and I'm going to remove and replace it with I am going to leave it right here because I wanted this to be, this is supposed to stand out, you know what I'm saying? This is this area around the hollow. This is the command area. This is command central, so to speak. And so this is supposed to stand out. I'm thinking about putting a chaired command console right here. Kind of like this one is here. Thinking about it. I don't know if I will. But yeah, here, let's get this in there. Yeah, I like that a lot better, I really do. I wished they had rails for these right here. You really need a rail system. Now this I'll probably go ahead and, well, you know what? I think about it. This I'll leave. All this around here, this will stay. But this right here, Now let's leave that. But this right here, we're going to take this out.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Well, fuck you. Yeah, but now I remember a reason why I also had this, and that was to cover up this right here. I don't know. Okay, that should clear things up a little bit. I will... Now I can think of a reason why I was using that along here, and that was to cover this up right here. There's a conveyor underneath there, see? Well, I suppose it's a trade-off either way I look at it, really, because I never liked the fact that I had all of the checkered tile of these catwalk floors. It's not really checkered tile, but it's, I don't know, weird, somewhat styled tile type of thing. Only in areas around the edges here. So in this instance, I'll just, you know, put up with a little bit of conveyor showing right there. And if I wanted to be consistent, I suppose I could expose it right here. But why? Why? I don't need to. Why? I've got to decide, do I like that or not? Do I want to keep it or do I want to get rid of it? From this angle, I like it. From this angle, it's okay, sure, why not? From this angle, I don't know, not so much, I guess. I still need to figure out something I'm going to do to this side over here. What am I going to do with this? I was thinking about making this like a desk or something. Commander's office. In my quarters, junior officer. And you know, if you were going to have like an officer's office, the captain's office, this could be a very interesting place to have said office. Nice view. Very nice view. Ready and quick access to the command center. I was thinking about setting up some tables along here, right along this wall right here, to act as, to be like I wouldn't call it a lounge necessarily, but a break area, I guess, would be the best place the best thing I can call it is a break area. I really like this station a lot. Really good design. I particularly like my additions to it. None of these ramps were here, none of these platforms weren't here. It was just essentially, it was just this stairway right here going down. So I added all of this right here. The original door was one of those single aisle doors that separate kind of clunkily. I replaced them with the sliding door. And then the coloring scheme wasn't consistent all the way through there. The connector would be yellow, and the conveyor back here was yellow, and then that square there would be yellow. But that one right there wasn't yellow, and the door wasn't yellow, and I went ahead and just made it yellow all the way across, and in this case red all the way across. Now, one of the next things I'll be doing is, when I get me a good script that does everything I want for connectors, right here, when it's connected, this light right here will turn green. And probably this light too. And when it's not connected at all, it'll just be like that. But if it's there, if it's touching, they'll both turn yellow. I'm going to have to do that with this lights too. And these lights here. And then we've got this one over here. I'll do that too as well. When I originally found the station, these connectors were connected to a piston and not a conveyor block, but we've got the purple connector underneath here. that I have kind of set there, ready to connect if I need to connect. But it looks like my station's kind of moved. I don't know why. May have been some construction I was doing caused that. But then the lighting system, I also wanted to change these. I wanted to change not just one light. I wanted to change a group of lights, and I've been working on some different code that you guys haven't seen yet. But when they touch, or when they're coming in, I'm going to have some sensors, and I haven't done the sensor part yet, but I'm going to have a sensor here and a sensor here, and I'll probably do them, actually secure them down here on this end. Or I might even do it over here on this wall. There's multiple ways I could go about this, but the gist of the matter is that what I'll do is I'll set up a sensor for this row, or let's look at these as columns. One here, and one here, and then another one for here and here, and I'll be able to have keep the detection area narrow but make it long. And wait a second, actually I have to do it from, well, yeah, never mind, yeah. And so I can basically set up a little matrix, a sensor matrix. If you think of this as column A, B, and C, and then this is row 1 and 2. If a ship gets into the space detected by oh shit, I'm dying. Ooh, that was close. I was running out of oxygen. Dang. But if a ship is being detected by both sensor A and sensor 1, it will change this grid of lights, this square of lights, to say yellow. If it detects it in sensor B and sensor 1, if both of them detect it, then it will change these lights yellow. If both sensor C and 1, but you get what I'm talking about here. I'll just have a matrix of sensors that will be able to detect the airspace, and I could also, if I wanted to, and what it would require me to do is to somehow either remove this catwalk that I'm using as a tile. Now, I'll tell you something I have been thinking about. This is even crazier, okay? Okay, see how I've got all the lights around there that are like in squares? Well, okay, I could cover this whole area in lights. Get rid of all of the catwalk, okay? and replace all the catwalks with more lights, all right? Then what I could do is use programming blocks to change the color of specific lights so that I could like make a 6 or make a 5 or make a 4, 1, change the color of the pad, just change. I could make it completely random. I could display a message as a person's coming in saying, you know, land on pad 1, and then one of the squares would come over there and be pad 1. That's what I've been. Okay, shh, I'm not supposed to tell anybody. There's a script that I've been playing around with that already is out there, and there are all sorts of crazy fucking shit you can do. But yeah, I'm thinking about making a lamp LCD that is this big area will just be my pad. And if anybody's seen any scripts that do what I was just talking about, let me tell me about them, because I want to check them out, honestly, because this is something I've been playing around with and scheming on and doing research into and doing all the pre-planning phase of writing some software. Bar. Now, one of the things that's been really disappointing is, okay, according to things you can find, like, ooh, let's see here. Well, okay, good. It's not in this little. Well, there supposedly is supposed to be. Um, like a voice chat. See, voice chat. You. All right. How do you do this voice chat? I've been trying this. And I really don't see any indication that I am actually broadcasting. I've had people around me and like, do you hear this? Do you hear me talking? Now you see a little thing show up there. But I don't know if anybody can actually hear that. Do they have to be just right around you, or how does that all work? I'd really like to know a lot about that myself. But, okay, let's see here. What are we going to do? And a mining transport there. We've got all these little ships all over the place telling me, you know, the ones that I can go hit the button and it will explode. And, you know, hey, I can go hit buttons and watch it explode and gather the pieces as they go flying about. It's definitely an option. But I'm really inclined to kind of work on code, but I hate doing that for a video, so I would probably refrain. In fact, I think if I were going to do that for the evening, I would probably go ahead and make this a short episode, because we're dropping 91% of our frames. We're only broadcasting at 705. It's utter crap tonight. Broadcasting is crap tonight. It's crazy how horrible it is. Well, let's go survey. Hey, incidentally, just anybody who might come across this video, I am recruiting, and I need people who are willing to not fuck up my shit, and who aren't necessarily going to be playing exactly the same time I am. Who, let's see here, is willing to collect resources. You'll have use of ships, like this one here. Or this one here. You'll have use of anything that's on my base and on my ships, as long as you aren't, you know, screwing things up in a ridiculous manner without thought at all. I'm not gonna have a problem with what you do. It's when you're doing crazy stuff that you start having issues, you know. I actually think I should have gone with a large. It would have given me more. But I would have had to modify this a lot more than what it's been modified thus far. I could get another one of those sideways in here. Like right in here. Thought about that. But ultimately, what I'm probably going to do is move those the shield generators from there over into here. And I'd move those puppies right up into here. My shield generators would go in this area right here. And I would also layer more heavy armor on here. So not only would they be protected because they would be hidden, literally hidden from view, but they would also be protected by an actual physical layer of heavy armor. Yeah, it would basically be behind this great big 4. Or is that Ho? I guess it really depends on your point of view, doesn't it? But behind this, and from anybody's point of view is coming up, I mean, on all sides, but this one, it's protected by, rock. They're not gonna be able to shoot through it at all. They can shoot all day long, and they ain't gonna penetrate anything. They'd be able to penetrate right here. That's why I would layer heavy armor on there. But here's the thing: I've also got a large reactor. These shields are not gonna deplete. It would require multiple ships conducting a sustained attack to deplete the shields. I'm not saying that's not possible, but okay, see my the Raven over here? It's got 3,600,000 hit points. Now, this has only got 180,000 hit points right now, and it does pretty well for itself, the station. But I'm going to jump it up to those numbers right there, probably even go higher. I might go to 72. What do we got going here? Just a mining carriage, okay. But I've come online and with my, I left myself in a cryo tank on this ship. I've come online to have ships stuck to my hull, one of the barnacle things, and then I also had one of those, it was one of the Reaver ships, one of the cruisers, that was literally had ran right into my ship. And my shields were sitting there just flashing red, which indicates that the shields are low. But they never gave out. And I don't know how long it had been like that. I really don't. I guess my point is that shields, especially when you got the power behind them, this thing's got 2 large reactors. They provide you quite a bit of protection. They really do. But they're not invincible. They do not make you invincible. So I got into a debate with some guy on Facebook recently about the invincibility factor of shields, and he grudgingly admitted, yeah, they do wear down, but because blah blah blah, it's like being in God mode. Yeah, whatever. I don't think the shields give you a God mode at all. That is wishful thinking at best. Ooh, you know what I think I need to do? It was a project that I was working on. I haven't done anything about this lately. Okay, yeah, that looks fine right there. I didn't want to go all the way. I just wanted to kind of get this out of here. So basically I have some plans for this area. I've actually also thought about maybe just going ahead and taking all this out from essentially right about here. Yeah, from here to that door forward, all of it. But nah, I decided not to because it provides a certain level of protection to have this here. I'm going to smooth that out some more. Jagged. I also need to run a conduit. I've already got it halfway there, but it needs to come out up here, and I need to put a gun up here. I actually need to start running conduit all over this thing for weapons and other stuff. Now I've got quite a bit already in here. I've got this main one for this gun right here. I've got this right here, which goes all the way up here. I've got these conduits for these connectors, but I still need to run conduit back here. Oh yes, I started on this too. And I came to a sudden stop and like, I need to go about this differently, I think. And what I'm thinking about doing is making my entrance right here. And there would be a door that would open and take you into here. But I've got conduit that I can run. From this point right here. And just run it this way. Through here. Up to this point. But as well, this is conduit right here. See how this cryo tank is just right up against this wall? This whole tube thing is a big conduit. So that's where I was kind of going with this, with making my door somewhere else, because I was thinking about having this go straight up to here, and then right here underneath the floor I would go down. Could then take a conduit that would bring it over to here as something like a you know, a cargo container or something like that. But then I need to run conduit all along in here, under the, probably within the floor, most likely, as conveyors. And then every so often I need to have connectors for ships to connect to. I also need to research what's going to be the best fighter construction system that uses that's basically modless, that will use existing blocks in the game. I could, you know, use projectors along with the nanite constructor, and I've thought about that, but I wanted to do something that didn't make use of any of those. So I've kind of got an idea what would be useful, or what would work, but essentially I want to have it right here, and it would point out this way. And then as they're constructed and launched, they'll fly this way and then go out this door right here. And of course, I'm going to use RDAV's command system. I think it's a standard. I need to plan this. I've been him and hawing around about it for a while. I'm not really certain how I'm going to go and do this, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's pretty dark in here, isn't it? Since it was already planned anyway, let us go ahead and get it started. Oh, I don't have any steel plates? Are you kidding me? Okay, how do I want to arrange this here? None. We're missing cobalt. Get some of that. Okay. I'm gonna go run up to the other ship real quick and get my shield components. The hell? My cat is acting insane. Okay, let me go get the rest of those shield components. Okay, just need to get computer, large tube, and construction components. Got the computer secure, now we just need construction components. And large tube. Was it 137 or 133 left? My math sucks. It'd be like 143 or something. I'll blame it on the metric system. Hey, while we're waiting for that, y'all follow the news at all? Do ya? Do ya? Well, since we deal with the whole concept of ion engines and space engineers, that kind of thing, I had come across this. It's this website I go to. It's called Next Big Future, and excuse me. Beaming laser power to ion drive is 300 to 400 times more thrust than laser photonic cells. Now, which I thought, great. Now, one of the things that makes me kind of, why don't we come up with a way to carry that power with them? Why do you have to use a laser to beam it? That's kind of like what I've thought about it for the most on that. But we're quickly approaching a point in time where some of these exotic propulsion systems are proving capable, and we're going to see within the next 100 years, humanity will see a huge increase in the amount of activity we have in the solar system. A lot of what we see on Space Engineers is going to occur, and it's going to be things like this in part that will make that happen. Ion drives, a real thing. Well, I would bet that flowing water on Mars would be quite cold and frosty. It would be very cold and very, very frosty. Yes. Elon Musk will probably end up being the first trillionaire, and he'll make all his money in space. Directed energy propulsion. Made a lot of experimental progress. This is the type of exotic propulsion I'm talking about. And it's quite conceivable that we're not talking decades out. We're talking years out, where we start seeing actual real world uses of some of this exotic propulsion systems. There are some out there right now, and don't ask me to name them because I'm completely brain farting right now. Maybe it's because I'm somewhat distracted, but Well, you've got your ion drives. You've got your yeah, you've got several different types of electromagnetic systems, but there's one I'm trying to think of specifically that people just are totally flummoxed that it could possibly work, and I cannot remember the name of it. The EM drive, that's it. EM drive. Nobody quite understands how this thing could possibly work quite yet. Now, what I think it is that there's something to do with microwaves that actually impart where the energy is imparting momentum or energy into one of the surfaces, and it happens in such a way that it doesn't violate the laws of physics. The reason why this shouldn't work is the exact same reason why getting a sailboat and putting fans on them to blow the sail doesn't work either. And that's one of the reasons why they call it the impossible drive. It just the the actual energy that's being used to push the craft or push the engine is being created by the engine itself. So it's in essence a fan blowing on the sail, and that shouldn't work. A lot of people really are just, this doesn't work. I mean, they're convinced. People I actually respect and listen to, but I'm a little bit more open-minded that it's working on a level we don't understand yet. But we've always experimentally understood that there's this thing called the Kashmir effect, and quantum entanglement, and depletion regions within doped materials and things like that. There's quite a bit of stuff that happens on a subatomic level that we simply do not understand, and this could be a total manifestation of all of that, and it really could. And it doesn't convert it electricity into thrust by simply bouncing it around. Uh, Essentially, the cone suggest is instrumental in creating a particular direction of travel with an EM drive, and that's a critical part of it. So I bet my construction units are all ready to go. I bet they are. Let's go check them out real quick and see how that's doing. Okay, you know what? I definitely am not going to need that many, but I'm taking them all anyway. Okay. Let's see how much Did that expand it out? Well, that definitely gave us quite a bit of power there. But here's the thing. Now I need to put those mods on there. So let's get to that right now. But to do this, I'm going to have to... because I'm not going to go and build even more shield components. What I'm going to do is use the shields and shield components from my others upstairs. Steel plates, okay. I'll use the resources from there and bring it down here. These two shield large shields alone will give me with all the mods will give me 3.6 million. So we are talking an awful lot of capacity, of capability. So essentially, I think it's going to be more than enough. At least I really hope it will be. But you never know what you're going to run into. You really don't. Okay, let's go over here on the other side and we'll put these babies in now. Okay. Okay. Now let's start welding them up. Yeah, I should have enough steel to do all the steel. Then I'll just, you know, get each thing that I need. Essentially one at a time. Now, frankly, what I'll do as soon as I'm done here, I'll dump everything that's in my inventory, and then I'll go up to the other shields and I'll start taking all the components off of them, and literally will fill myself up with the components. Grab everything I can. Nope, not gonna be able to get that way. And I will fill up and then come back down and build what I can, go back and get the rest. I hope I don't have to do this too often. Because this is just like a big pain in the ass already. Urgh. The hell? Okay, we'll go down there with this and apply it. You know what? Let's get rid of all those pieces of rock just laying around there. Okay, there's one trip down. You know what, let's top off on oxygen. Top off on power. Well, I can get one more, can't I? I bet there's a bunch more junk that needs to be cleaned up here. Hold on a second. Let's get in here and look at the entity list real quick. Ooh, we got a glitchy drone. Another glitchy drone. Guess I should go out and take care of some of those glitchy drones, shouldn't I? Let's go ahead and remove these guys. That's still there. Nothing really that significant. Get some serious time dilation. Hadn't been around for a while, and all of a sudden they're just back today. I'm not really sure why. All I know is that time dilation sucks. Wish we had a way to get rid of time dilation. Maybe if we pray to Keen every night, he'll be able to take care of time dilation for us. Oh, looky there. Oh no, that's not us. There we go. Now we're up to almost three-quarters of a million on hit points. 710,000. Now we're at 1.7 mil. Doing pretty good. configured. Ooh, I haven't seen Argentis. I can't talk. Okay, now this is weird. Some serious lag now. What's going on here, guys? Why isn't this door opening? Oh my god. That one opened. Weird, weird, weird. Interesting. Worked that time. Okay, we're in the 2 mil range now. On shield points. Are you kidding me? Okay, well now time to start taking the shield units themselves. What the hell is the deal here? Let's do it again. Door is not opening. I'll just leave it out for now. Now this one ain't working either. You kidding me? Okay, well. Do cleanup. Remove all that, see if that helps us any. Okay, well, fuck it. We'll just make another hole here and go out this way. Hey, we've got some debris here. I want you. Come back. Come back. Oh, yeah, that's completely full there. I'm gonna turn this into a... Might give me my fucking house here, man. Oh, I need computer. Oh, okay, now we need shield components. I know I've got some in here already. There we go. We got the 3.6 now. Plus those other ones gets us up to 3.63. I think we can drop the 3. Motherfuck. Here comes a barnacle. May have spoken too soon here. Yep. Well, not on the barnacle thing. That's happening. Just sealing this up here. Those kind of doors are going to keep that kind of shit up. I'm just going to switch them all to this one because these open. No matter what happens, these things seem to open. There we go. Yeah, I like it like this. Big and open like that. Just need to now do some minor retouching. Take this here. Do it like that. Everything's not completely symmetrical, but it's somewhat symmetrical. And I think what we're going to do here is get rid of some of this stuff here. There we go. 8. Let's put these in. And I'm not really certain I want to do it that way. Not entirely. And actually, it might be worth it to move this wall to here. And I think it would be cool to get rid of this. Then up here, put in that. maybe we move the top window up here back. And here looking at this and certainly gives me no usable space right there by having it offset like that. But I suppose I could create usable space there by, say, making a catwalk that takes you around the perimeter here, up there. So you could like come over here and you'd walk up some stairs and it would take you around. Also having some strange ideas about this too. Well, see, now I need to load this up with some furniture and really turn this into a living space. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't know what I'm saying, do you? Ah. Look for seams, look for seams, and I really don't know if I can get rid of those particular seams. Let's see if we can do something about that. No, it doesn't appear we can. And honestly, I want to get rid of these interior blocks. And that's what they're called, right? Oh shit. I'm out of power. You know what? I need to take a break real quick. I need to go feed my cats. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, what's here? Where the hell am I? Oh! I remember who I'm at. I think for, you know, in a decorative sense, I might want to keep some of these lights, or these floors. Oops. Get rid of that one too. Now let's go into here and see what kind of trash we've got. Let's get rid of Barney. Fuck it, let's just get rid of them all, I mean. There we go. Well, guys, I tell you what, for the whole past 3 hours, I've had 82% of my frames dropped. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this particular episode closed for the night, and we will go ahead and check in tomorrow, see what's up, and hopefully, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this decision right now. We are going to try out Twitch TV and see how this works out. All right. Okay, you guys take it easy, and we will catch you tomorrow.